Bit of bad news over the Christmas period. One of our teammates at our tri club, WBC, had a stroke. He was out running with his wife. Unfortunately, she didn't listen to him, and she got him in an ambulance and got him took to the hospital, where they dealt with him straight away, gave him medication to dissolve the blockage, and kept him in for a few days. Fortunately, he's at home. He's making a recovery. I've reached out to him and told him if there's anything he wants to have a chat about, give us a shout, because it got me to thinking about the issue I had 11 years ago now. When I was 46, I had a heart attack, and it was out of the blue, totally unexpected. I was healthy, I was fit, I didn't smoke, I didn't drink much. I did drink, obviously, but not a great deal. Exercised. It was sort of the beginning of my multi-sport journey. I was part of an athletics club, and we had a pretty good diet, to be fair. I'd felt a bit rough a couple of weeks before the event itself. One particular race or training session sticks to my mind, where we were doing a time trial round a loop that we did quite regularly, and I just felt off. It just didn't feel right. So I didn't really think much of it. I just put it down to a bad night. And then a couple of weeks later at work, I collapsed. Again, still didn't realise what was going on. Told my boss I felt lousy. She called Mrs. C. Mrs. C picked me up, and I said, "I'll just take me home." She didn't. She took me to the hospital. They wired me all up, checked me out, and then I was in the back of a ambulance, and they blue lighted me from Grimsby over to Hull, where the cardiac hospital is, and I was rushed straight in. They took out the blockage and put a stent in, and then I was in hospital for 5 days, and I was a bit of an anomaly because they didn't usually get people like me, fit, youngish, for somebody to have a heart attack. So I was a bit of an anomaly, like I said. 5 days later, sent out with my medication, which I've been taking ever since, and left to recuperate. Before I got discharged, I asked the consultant, would I ever be able to race again in multisport. They said they doubted it. That didn't really sit comfortably with me, so I didn't leave it there. As you can imagine, somebody who has it as part of their lifestyle, then you want to actually make sure that it is right what somebody's saying. Turns out that I'm glad I did challenge it. Went to see my own doctor, who was a marathon runner, and he said, "No, you'll be all right. You'll be fine. Just take it easy, build it up, and you'll be able to do what you love doing." And that's pretty much what I did. So I got back home, started walking every day. I got onto a cardiac rehabilitation program, and again, they didn't really know what to do with me because I was like way fitter than anybody else that they'd ever had in there. So they had to sort of adjust the program to suit me, and then completed that. Started running a little bit with Mrs. C, and then I think it was probably 2 to 3 months later I'd done the Lincoln 10k, and then several months after that I did the standard triathlon at Rutland Water, and I was back. So mentally it was a battle, because once you've had this happen to you, and the consultants told you that you won't be able to do what you did before, knowing that you really don't feel any different to how you were. They've taken the blockage out, they've given you medication to help. It didn't really sit comfortably with me, like I said, and so glad that I challenged it. And I think there's a lot to be said for actually not taking just one person's, even though the consultants and it's their speciality, advice, and just going out and asking several several questions to several other specialists. So yeah, so back and in the background, hanging on the door there, you can see my tri-suits. 3 years later, 2017, I qualified to race for GB at the European Championships in sprint duathlon. Very proud moment from where I'd come to reach that, and then ever since I've raced several times now over the years for age group at Triathlon&Duathlon. Those are my kits hanging up. Qualified again this year to race next year, and just continue doing it, continue with the lifestyle. I've changed quite a lot since then, with one thing and another, with diet and just basically lifestyle. I'm not going to go into that now, but changed to try and just keep as healthy and as fit as possible. So I just wanted to do this video just for anybody out there who's going through the same as I've gone through, or anybody that's got family history of heart issues. Please do go and get yourself checked out. It's worth it, just to put your mind at rest and make sure that you are fine. I mean, we just never know, do we? We don't know if there's a blockage. Like me, I didn't know that was going to happen. As fit as I was, you just cannot tell. You think you're the fittest in the world, and then if your body's not dealing with stuff, in my case cholesterol, and it's mounting up, and you end up with a blockage, you don't know that, not unless you get yourself checked out. So if there's one piece of advice that I would give, is to actually go and get yourself checked out. And mentally, it's a battle, but I think you've just got to be dogged and just be strong like you are in your training, mentally strong, and just get yourself back to where you want to be and to do what you love to do. So yeah, if you've got any questions about anything related to heart issues and getting back into sport, give us a shout, and I'll share my experience and what I did and how I got through it, because I think it's not talked about enough. We're seeing more and more incidents in races, and I think something really needs to be done. So if I can help in any way, please do get in touch. Drop us a question in the box below. Thanks for watching. It's a bit of a ramble, but I hope it's been useful to somebody. If one person gets anything out of it, it's worthwhile. So yeah, not the usual vlog, but after what we've been through over this last few days with our friend, it's I think it was just a reminder, and I thought it was worthwhile doing. So hope it's been useful. I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye.